You don't need a partner to improve your grip, your timing, or your stamina, but it definitely helps. Today I bought 3 pieces of Amazon training gear that promises to give you stronger hands, faster reflexes, and better performance. Let's see if they actually deliver, or it's just another case of overpromise and underperforming.
That's it?
A Reflex ball with app, a grip resistance trainer, and an adjustable hand gripper kit, all marketed to level up your performance, which coincidentally is the same thing those pills that they sell at the gas station checkout always promise. But let's see if they deliver. So this is the YMX Reflex ball set. Comes with 4 balls with different levels of training resistance, adjustable headband, and an app with a timer and a counter. So I'll be honest with you, I wasn't super excited about this one because even though I love hitting a heavy bag or I love working mitts, or even a speed bag occasionally, this kind of thing is not really, it's not my cup of tea, right? But, I said, as I'm getting older, it's a great option for, being able to train by myself and for, continuing to work on my hand speed, right? So I gave it a shot and I was actually pretty surprised by how frustrating it is to start with. It's harder than it looks. Right, so this thing didn't really come with any kind of clear instruction. So I tried to play around with it when I first got it and I couldn't make heads or tails out of it. I couldn't keep it going for more than 2 or 3 bounces. I found a video which was informational. Too bad it couldn't have been included with this. Little pro tip, if the makers of this are watching, include a little instructional video because I tried to download the app, which maybe have more information on there, but the app is not showing in the app store. So, there's no really info on how to set this up. But what you want to do is you want to take your tennis ball and you're actually going to end up wrapping it around several times, the headband, until it's approximately the height of your belly button, right? And that's how you know it's going to be about the right distance to keep it going. So this reflex training is good for hand-eye coordination, speed, timing, rhythm, and a little bit of shoulder endurance. And if there's one thing it's good at is a direct feedback system, because you'll know when you messed up. And like I said, this thing was really challenging when I started it, but after about 30 to 40 minutes of practice, kind of getting it over and over again, failing repeatedly, I actually started to kind of get the hang of it. And that's when it became fun. So from playing around with it, some of the cons include you will definitely hit yourself repeatedly. Then the string tangles and it's all in front of your face. It's kind of distracting, almost takes you out of it. And it's not very grappling centric, so if you're more of a striker, it's good for you. If you're a grappler, not really much carryover necessarily, but that's okay. So some of the pros include, it's a fun, unique way to train. If you get it right and you get consistent, you can actually start getting your heart rate up. It's portable. You can take it pretty much anywhere. It travels well. And for even somebody that's done striking for 20 years, it's surprisingly humbling. I give the YMX Reflex ball a 3.5 out of 5. So our next product, this is the Elite Gi Grip Trainer. Grip endurance is really important for jiu-jitsu training. If you lose your grip, you lose control. And nobody likes to lose control prematurely. Not that I would know. Basically, a resistance band attached to a fake gi grip. And additionally, what I like about this is it comes with 2 of each. So you can work on working your sleeve grips, right? Get your pistol grip here. Then you can work on your lapel grips as well. So honestly, this is the one that I was most excited about because I used to have one of these years ago, but it was just the fake gi part, right? So you can use it for pull-ups and for grip training. You slap them around some kettlebells, so you can use it training your grip. But I saw this and I thought this would be another good addition to my toolbox because you can train it. It's portable, right? You can take it pretty much anywhere. And I gotta say, I kind of like it, right? There are some elements which are disappointing about it, but let's get into it. So overall, here you can see me training with it. It allows for a pretty good range of motion. Allow you to utilize those grips, and you can really go through a lot of the motions that you do when you push and you pull in jiu-jitsu. One of the motions that are kind of dynamic compared to where I'm at the gym and I'm working out. Here you can see, you can adapt a lot of this to be functional for your training. So if you're not near your gym, if you're on vacation, if you're traveling, this is a great thing you can slap up in your hotel room, put on a surface where you have a little resistance, a vertical object that you can hold it around, and it's a good option for you. Now, this does promise that you can use it for stuff like grappling where you can strap your feet around it, but in my experience, I'm about 5', and yeah, it didn't work for me. So maybe if you're 6'1", 6'2", this is a great training option. But in my experience, for the gi grips and for the workout, feels really fantastic. I just couldn't use it like for guard retention drills or spider guard drills really, because it was so long. Because while it is pretty versatile for training, there are a couple of things that really hold it back. So for one, like I said before, if you're a short king, this is not the product for you, right? So you need to be a little taller to utilize it on the ground for your guard drills, your spider drills. And then alternatively, the handles right here, they come basically one size fits all, so you can't change out the resistance band. You're stuck with the same resistance, and the band is actually fairly long, as you can see here. So it'd be great to have the option of switching to something that's a shorter resistance band if you have less space to work with, or you just want to be able to have a little less resistance on a certain movement but still be able to go through that range of motion. I think that's a missed opportunity here. The Elite Gi Grip Trainer, I give it a 4 out of 5. But overall, man, this is a great purchase. Go check it out. So this is the adjustable gripper by FitBeast. I mean, this is a classic thing every teenage boy buys and then just leaves in his car for the next 5 years. It's actually a little different than I thought it was. I thought it had pieces that you could switch out, but it's not that. It's actually, you can kind of adjust the style here, and I don't know if you can see, but it basically kind of moves the spring up or down, and when you do that, it changes the amount of resistance that you can receive on it. So that's cool because it's simple, less likely to break. But the only problem is the way this is set up is there's no real way to know where this is in terms of the actual strength. There's little indicators to the side, but you don't know, is it the middle of the spring, the top of the spring, the back of the spring? So it's hard for you to know exactly, are you at 125 pounds worth of resistance? Are you at 115? But you kind of get the idea, and you can work it gradually. And I found myself using this all week. Literally, I'm using it in the car. I'm using it going for a walk. I'm using this thing, other places too.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Playing with the adjustments of this, you can go from a casual handshake to crushing walnuts with your hands. One thing I really liked about the forearm trainer is it came with this little individual piece right here, and you can actually wrap it around and train each individual finger. So one of the things I learned from stick fighting is that generally your strongest grips are going to be your index finger and your thumb, right? That's a pretty strong grip here, and then it's reinforced with your middle finger and your ring finger, okay? But what happens is the pinky connection is the weakest grip, right? It's very little percentage actually that you're able to apply to the grip overall, right? But that said, you may also have an imbalance from an injury, from past injuries. You may have a finger that's not as strong, right, because of your forearm grip. So this gives you a great opportunity to kind of work individual fingers and that tension that's involved with that. So this is actually a little cool thing that I've been playing with too for a little while. It's like a little bonus too, right? For the price that you pay for it, you can't go wrong. Now it came with like a little stress ball and like a little circle thing. It looks like it belongs in the bedroom, but I'm not gonna talk about that. I think those are more gimmicky than these two right here. I think these two carry some real weight in actually improving your grip strength and in your connection to, when you're grabbing or training a martial art where you're grabbing. So pros for this is you get simple progressive overload. Additionally, you get grip isolation, and it's gonna be a good option for rehabbing or for light days where you want to, get active and work on your grip and your connection to your opponent versus necessarily a super hard session, right, going to the gym. Some of the cons include, it's kind of boring as hell. Also, depending on how driven you are, it can be pretty easy to cheat the reps. But overall, I give it 4 out of 5. So if I had to rank these things specifically, I'd probably go with the Gi Grip Trainer, number 1, and then the Forearm Trainer, which was a little bit surprising. And then, even though I really enjoyed this more than I thought it would, the Reflex ball is a cool little tool, but it's definitely got a little learning curve to it, right? You're gonna have struggles at the beginning. But the other cool thing about this is I brought this out, and my kids and family were out, and we had fun with this thing, playing around for about 30 or 40 minutes, just trying to get it beat down. So it's actually a little fun little family device too. But remember, these tools don't replace training. They don't replace training partners. They supplement them. You can't build real performance training in your garage alone forever. Although, you're more than welcome to try. If you want more honest gear reviews, maybe even test some sketchier Amazon equipment, drop it in the comments. And maybe next time, I'll buy something that doesn't hit me in the face.